first things first, let's talk about the planetary movement for the month of January. So, January the 2nd, the planet Venus, the planet of love, money, harmony, things that make us feel good, all of that. Venus is going to be leaving the sign of Capricorn because it's currently in the sign of Capricorn. So my Capricorns right now should be feeling the love and feeling extra beautiful and feeling extra special right about now. So January the 2nd, Venus is going to move into the sign of Aquarius. So if you're Aquarius sun, Aquarius moon, or Aquarius rising, then you're going to be the belle of the ball, the person that is most appreciated and most loved. So Venus will go into Aquarius on January the 2nd. January the 6th, the full moon will be in the sign of Cancer. So we know with full moons, that's all about endings, adjustments, acknowledgments, or that's when the moon is at its brightest. So you will be able to see things clearly. So with it being going into the sign of Cancer, Cancer is the sign of the mother. It's the sign of our internal emotions and how we do things. It's a very emotional sign. So with it being the full moon, this could be an ending in a certain area of your life that is very, very much internal. Very, very much could bring up a lot of emotions with this ending, this adjustment, or this acknowledgement of whatever this is going on in your life. January the 2nd, as we talked about, Mars, the planet of action, assertiveness, movement, is going to go direct. It's finally coming out of retrograde, and it will be going in direct in the sign of Gemini. And side note, Mars has been in Gemini for an extended stay. So typically Mars stays in a sign for about 30 to 60 days at the most. With this retrograde, it's going to stay in the sign of Gemini for about 7 months. So Mars will continue to be in Gemini at least until, I believe it's March 2023. But it's going to go direct. That's right. Yeah, at least until March 2023. But it's going to go direct in the sign of Gemini on January the 12th. January the 18th, Mercury comes out of retrograde. Hallelujah. It comes out of retrograde and it goes direct in the sign of Capricorn. So my Capricorns will start to energetically feel like their communication is a much clearer, their everyday life is a much easier, and they're not having so many challenges and stops and starts. So it'll move forward on January the 18th. January the 20th, the sun will leave the sign of Capricorn and enter into the sign of Aquarius for about 30 days. January the 21st, we have a new moon. New moon indicates beginnings. This is when we start our manifestation, start our spell work, our ritual work. We get new goals for ourselves. So that's the energy about a new beginning. It's going to be in the sign of Aquarius. So that energy is very, very impactful the 3 days prior to the new moon and then the 3 days after. So for me, I personally, when I'm wanting to manifest something around a new moon, I don't do it on that day. And the reason being is I want to do it when the moon is growing. Because the new moon is when the moon is at its darkest. So it's like when we're planting seeds in the ground, it's dark. So we don't really know what's going to happen with it. So it's the same when you're starting your intentions under a new moon. But I want you to start it maybe a couple of days afterwards, because we want to start it when the new moon is starting to grow and we're starting to see light. So that will be the best time for you. But anytime around a new moon is good. January 22nd, Uranus is going to go direct in Taurus. Now, Uranus has been in retrograde for a minute in Taurus. And actually, Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018. And it's been in retrograde for a few months now. It's about to come out of retrograde. However, it will still be in the sign of Taurus until at least late 2025. But it's coming out of retrograde. See, this is, January is a good month. You just got to give it some time to get started. And then finally, January the 26th, Venus is going to leave Aquarius, and then it will enter into Pisces for the next 30 days. Okay? So those are the big events that are happening for the month of January. Does anyone have any questions around that? Or Aries rising, sun or moon. The sun is going to be highlighting for the month of January your 10th house of career. So the 10th house, this is about your career. This is about your public image. This is about your reputation. This is the area that governs authority figures in your life. This could look like supervisors, managers, CEOs, people that are over you. This is also the area that governs the father and masculine energy. So I don't like to put a gender on anything, but I'll say masculine energy or dominant energy around you. So, but this is the career house, and this is about the titles that we wear. So, no, we're just getting started, Keisha. So with the sun being there and highlighting, this is where a lot of your attention is going to go, Aries rising. Your career, decisions, changes, things that you want to initiate, things that may have been, you have had your attention for some time. You're going to be paying a lot of attention to the career areas here in your life. Now, this could also be interactions with higher ups. So again, like your managers, your supervisors, CEOs, people that are in authority, could be highlighted for the month of October. Not October, shit. I mean, January. What am I thinking about October? Highlighted for the month of January. This is also about your reputation, how you're seen in the public, what you're known for. Now, if you're someone that is not in the workforce, you may be retired or something of that nature, you're not working right now, this still has a lot to do with how you're showing up. So this could definitely look like if you have maybe a position in an organization, the position that you hold in your family. So this is about you being spotlighted or energy around maybe family dynamics, organizational dynamics, but it's definitely about how you're showing up. Now, this is also the area that governs title changes. So we tie that into possibly your career aspirations. So we may have some Aries risings that are probably in the midst of or thinking about the changing of their career. That could look like maybe a new job, a new position. Maybe you're deciding that you are no longer wanting to be in the workforce and you wanted to start your own business. So you go from being an employee to a business owner. This is about title changes. But a lot of your attention and your energy basically towards your career aspirations and things of that nature. Now, the Venus and the new moon are going to be in the same area. So for my Aries risings, your Venus and your new moon. So your Venus represents money, love, harmony, things that that are a blessing to us. Venus likes to bring us blessings, and the new moon is all about new beginnings. This is going to be in the area that covers your friendships. So this is your friend groups, groups and organizations that you're a part of. This is the area that governs your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. Technology, and this is the social house. So with Venus and the new moon being there, one of the things that you can definitely use this for is more socializing. So this is the social house. So this is getting out, having fun with friends, hanging out with your friends. This gives also energy around organizations or groups that you're a part of, something to that effect. This is also long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. So some of my Aries risings may be seeing a long-term goal or a long-term dream that they've had for themselves actually come to fruition around this time. Or at best, see some type of movement in that area. Or this could look like, since the new moon is there, you starting or having some new goals for yourself. Maybe you're adding to your vision board of what you want to see for yourself in the next 5, 10, 15 years. So assessing and going over your goals and aspirations. Now, because Venus is there and Venus rules money and love, and this is actually a relationship house. Some of my Aries risings can see an improvement around their love life. And it could look like possibly, for my single Aries risings, you going out socializing, maybe you meet someone that turns out to be a love interest for you. Or maybe a friend of yours introduces you to someone, so that's how your friendship and that group dynamic plays a part. Or this could be maybe you possibly finding love with a friend. Maybe you've been friends with someone for a very, very long time, and the next thing you know, it has transformed to the potential for a relationship. So some of my Aries risings, they do have a small potential for finding love, maybe in a social setting, in a friend setting, in a group setting. Or maybe you're deciding to go into business to make money with a friend, okay? So your full moon for my Aries rising is going to look like endings, adjustments, and acknowledgments around family dynamics. So your fourth house is highlighted with this. So fourth house, we're talking about family, real estate, our actual space that we live in, our emotional foundations. This is a house of the mother, so this is our mother or mother type figures or feminine energy around us. So with the full moon, this is again an ending or adjustment or acknowledgement or a revelation or seeing things clearly around family dynamics. So this could look like if there's been confusion, if there's been challenges within your family dynamic, this could look like it coming to an end, it coming to a resolution, or it being acknowledged. Maybe, we have this tendency to sweep family issues under the rug, or we don't want to talk about them. Well, maybe this full moon at this time is like, we don't have any choice at this point. The elephant's in the room and we're going to discuss it. So an ending or acknowledgement or adjustment around family dynamics. Now, if we're looking at it as from the realm of real estate, this could look like the buying and selling of property. So if some of my Aries risings have been trying to sell a property, buy a property, close on a property, this full moon could actually help that along. Maybe you're ending some type of leasing agreement. Maybe you have someone that's moving in and out. Maybe you're selling property. Whatever this is energy around you making a final decision or finalization around home-related things, family-related dynamics, things of that nature. I would tell my Aries rising, spend some more time with your mother. If you are blessed enough to have your mother still in your life, spend some time with your mother. How about that? I'm going to leave it at that. Okay? Next person we're talking about is Taurus rising. And we got 2 Taurus risings on here. So if you're a Taurus rising, sun or moon, this is for your month of January. The sun is going to be highlighting your 9th house. 9th house, higher education, long distance travel, legal situations are here. Religion, foreigners, our spirituality, our belief system, and a religion. So this could definitely put energy around or an interest in or a focus on potentially going back to school, considering going to get a degree because this is higher education. So this could look like some of my Taurus risings considering going back to school. So if you didn't finish up that degree plan, maybe you start to think about this would be an excellent year for me to do that. Or if you're trying to obtain your first degree, you decide that you're ready to go to school. This could also look like long distance travel, the opportunity to travel here in the next few months. So if you don't already have a trip planned that's coming up, maybe in January or subsequently in the few months after that, you could actually start to think about planning for a long distance trip. So when I say long distance trip, long distance travel, I'm talking about passport travel. Now, this could also look like if you don't have any travel plans right now. I would strongly suggest if you've been thinking about getting your passport, or visa, or maybe someone's working on some type of citizenship type document, January is a great time for you to begin that, or at least start the paperwork or start the process of getting that information together with regards to maybe a passport, a visa, naturalization, or citizenship, or the planning of a long distance trip. Now, the sun being here may renew your faith around your religion. So if you've gotten away from your spiritual practices, your religious beliefs, maybe some of you haven't gone back to physical church since COVID, you may start to think about returning to that area of your life. It can be as simple as, I'm deciding instead of going, watching church on TV or online, I'm going to go back to the sanctuary, or it's time for me to renew my faith, around that, or maybe I'm changing up my religious beliefs. That could be a thing for you. And this is also the area that governs, what was the other one? Oh, legal situations. So if your Taurus rising is dealing with a legal situation, that may actually be in the forefront for you for the month of January. So let's talk about your Venus and your new moon, where you're going to see that at. So Venus, again, this is the smallest benefic planet. So this is where we're going to receive our blessings by way of money, love, or opportunity. And then the new moon is about a new beginning. So for my Taurus risings, your Venus and your new moon is going to be lighting up your career sector. This is great for those of you that want to look for a new job. Now, keep in mind, we will still be under the Mercury retrograde energy. And I always caution you about starting anything new under a Mercury retrograde. However, you can definitely start the process. So if you're in a Taurus rising that is ready for a career change, a career advancement, or hey cousin, or a career movement, this is January is the time for you to start to make the plan for it. Okay, so this is all about blessings and favor over you with regards to career movements. Okay, so this could also look like favorability with higher ups. So this is managers, this is supervisors, this is CEOs. This will be a great time for my Taurus risings to ask for a raise. I'm all about the raise because Venus brings money. So you may want to consider asking for a salary increase. Now, if you cannot negotiate a salary increase, maybe you can negotiate a better work hours. Maybe you can negotiate, if it's not a promotion, maybe a lateral move, something around your career advancement. Could really ask for what you want. What's the worst that they can say? No. Just ask for what you want with regards to careers. Now, this is Venus, okay? Money and love. Some of my Taurus risings could possibly be finding love at the workplace. Now, I personally do not believe with, what's the saying? I don't shit where I eat. So be very, very cautious about starting a workplace romance. But that could come up for you, okay? I'm just saying, just be careful with that. I'm not saying no, but I don't know if I would get involved with somebody I work with. And then, you know what? It may not even be somebody you work with. Maybe somebody that comes into your place of employment. Maybe it's a contractor. Maybe it's a client or somewhere else. But you may be finding love or attraction with regards to in your work environment. You do what you want to do with that. That's your business. Now, your full moon ending adjustment acknowledgement is going to impact the area that governs your siblings, your cousins, your neighbors, your neighborhood, short distance travel, transportation, and our communication style. So we are looking at acknowledgments potentially around dynamics or relationships with our siblings or our extended family or our neighbors. Now, when we have activity in the third house, sometimes this triggers the potential for a move. And what happens is the move may not be a really big move. It may look like where you're living now, you decide to move somewhere else, but it's still kind of in the same general area. That could be one of the things that comes up. It could also be that you're planning to move. Maybe you don't like the neighborhood you're living in anymore. You've grown out of the neighborhood, or maybe you're having a situation or a dynamic with your neighbors. So you're considering a move during this time. That could come up for you. I will say some of my Taurus risings could possibly be in the market for a new vehicle, and it may be because the one that you currently have gives out. I don't know that this is going to be something that you plan for. So just be prepared for the potential of possibly having to get a new vehicle could come up. I'm just saying, just be prepared. But again, we are in Mercury retrograde energy, so don't make any final decisions with regards to a move. But life is life. If you decide that it would be better for you to move, or you get the opportunity to move, or something about your neighborhood is changing, move forward with it. Just be really cautious because we are under this Mercury retrograde energy. And this is also the area that governs media projects. So some of you could be finishing up a book that you've been writing and ready to publish it. Or if you've been sitting on any type of publication or something that you've been wanting to share with the world, this is the time for you to finally launch that thing and stop holding on to it. And those of you that are in business online, this is a great for rebranding. Okay, rebranding your product. Okay, next we're going to talk about Gemini rising, sun or moon. The sun is going to be highlighting your 8th house. Now, the 8th house is a very interesting house. This is one of the houses that I have somewhat of a little bit of trouble explaining, but I'm going to do my best with this one. So your intention, Gemini rising, is going to be in 8th house matters. So this is the area that governs other people's money and other people's resources. The benefits, the monies, the resources you gain through another person or another entity. This is not the money that you earn from your job. So don't think about that. This is not your personal earnings. This is your spouse's earnings, your business partner's earnings. This is, like I said, earnings that you get from maybe an inheritance, child support, alimony, an insurance settlement, investments. So things that come to you outside of your work, okay? And this is also the house that governs sex and intimacy. So things that could be highlighted for the month of January for Gemini rising is paying attention to your budget, particularly if you share finances with someone else. Hey, Shalonda. So let's pay attention to this. Now, especially if you're one of those Gemini risings that is possibly married or in a committed relationship or in a business partnership with someone, and you take the stance of not really being involved in the financial component of the relationship. So you let your partner handle all the finances. You need to get more proactive with that. You need to get more involved with how money is being handled and paying attention and getting more active. Number one, it doesn't do you any well not to have knowledge of how your finances are being allocated or handled in partnership with someone else. And number two, it's not fair to the other person to have the entire financial burden. So this is going to be energy around you getting more involved with finances and resources and things of that nature that are being handled with a partner, okay? This is also the area that's going to spotlight your taxes. So this is a great time for you to start getting prepared for tax season. You could be hearing some information with regards to an inheritance, or maybe a settlement or a payout that you've been waiting on could come into the forefront for the month of January. So let's talk about sex and intimacy, because this is interesting enough. This is the area that's going to be highlighted too. Sex and intimacy. First of all, that's two different things. Sex is the physical act and intimacy is the connection with someone else. So let's think of it from this standpoint. If you are in relationship or in relation with someone else, your sex life could come up for discussion. Or if you feel like you need to discuss certain dynamics with regards to your sex life or your intimacy with your partner. I think you're going to feel compelled to do that this month. Now, I don't know your personal life. I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know what it is you need to talk about. But this is the time that you would probably have really, really supportive energy to share or express or reveal to your partner. If you guys have been having difficulties in the bedroom and you want to figure out what's going on, this is the time to breach the subject. If you feel like you're not connecting with your partner, this is the time to have the discussion. Or if you are wanting to try something new in the bedroom, this will be a month that your partner would probably be very receptive to the idea of trying something new in the bedroom. I'm just saying, you don't get what you want if you don't open your mouth. So that could come up for you during the month of January. So let's talk about Venus and the new moon. Let's talk about where we're going to find an ease in our life and a new beginning. Yours is going to be around education, travel, the law, religion, spirituality. Now, Taurus's energy around that is a little bit different. Taurus is probably going to have to work for that area of their life. But with you, Gemini rising, this is going to be easy for you. So this is definitely supporting you on travel. International travel. If there's somewhere that you've wanted to go, this will be a great month. Now, if you are going on a long distance trip this month, please remember that the retrograde is still going on, so allow yourself some grace, some patience, and some time. And I would suggest, if you decided that you wanted to travel this month, travel to somewhere that you've been before. Maybe not necessarily somewhere new, but somewhere you've been before. But you can start making plans for a vacation, long distance vacation. I would say to my Gemini rising, even if you don't have a vacation planned or anything, go ahead and get your passport. Go ahead and get your visa. You never know during the course of 2023 where the opportunity to travel long distance could come up for you unexpectedly. So you may want to go ahead and do that. Let's think about going back to school. And let's think about reconnecting with our faith at this time. That would be definitely a good one for you. And if you are a Gemini rising that has a legal situation going on, because Venus is here, this actually could see a favorable outcome for you with regards to that situation. Okay? And your full moon, your ending, adjustment, and acknowledgement is actually going to be in the area that governs your individual earnings. So this is your money. This is the money that you earn from your job or from your business. This is your material possessions, your value system. So I'll be quite frank with you with regards to this full moon. This actually could see some of my Gemini risings. I hate to say losing a job. The ending of a job. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The ending of a job could be coming up. Now, I personally don't really believe endings are endings. I believe endings are the opening for a new beginning. So the universe may feel like the current way you're earning your money has run out, and the universe knows that you're not ever going to leave. So it has to create a dynamic or a circumstance where that stream of income leaves you, and you are now put in the position where you're going to find something else. Okay? So this could look like the loss of a job. I'm not going to lie. This could look like, whether it's voluntary or involuntary, maybe you decide to, you don't want to be in the workforce anymore. You want to start your own business, and you decide that 2023 January is the time that I'm going to start making my exit plan out of my 9-to-5 and into me being an entrepreneur. But just expect some kind of changes around how you earn your money in the next few weeks. Okay? Next, we're going to talk about Cancer rising, sun or moon. The sun is going to be impacting your area of one-on-one relationships. Now, this is the 7th house. So let's talk about one-on-one relationships, Cancer rising. This could look like romantic, marriage, long-term committed relationships, business partnerships, family, friends, and legal contracts are here also. But these are the relationships that we go in consciously with another person, okay? We consciously go in to relationships with this. Heavy on the energy around how you do one-on-one relationships. A big focus and attention on your one-on-one relationships. And that could be whether or not you're in a relationship with someone or not. So let's just say for my single Cancer risings, you may start to pay attention more to deciding whether or not you're ready to put yourself out there for the potential to find someone that you can be in a relationship with. Deciding, what I want, what you want in a relationship, what you want in a partner, working on how you show up in a relationship. So a lot of that kind of work for yourself and just really, really going over and talking with yourself about how I show up in my relationships. And let's not always think we're talking about romantic. This could be family, this could be business, it could be, our really good close friends that we have. How are you doing relationships? Is there some changes that you need to make with regards to how you do one-on-one relationships? And this also goes for people that are coupled up. Do we need to go and have a sit-down discussion about the future of our relationship? Has our relationship gotten stagnant? Are we still fulfilled in that? So a lot of energy around how you do one-on-one relationships could be a thing for my Cancer rising for the month of January. Now, you're one of those that could see exes coming back from the past. Now, here's my thing with because during the Mercury retrograde, all of us have the potential to run into an ex. If you're Cancer rising and one of your exes returns, I'm trying not to say this from a personal standpoint because I don't really care about doing it. I hate that shit. But anyway, so if you have an ex that comes back and it appears that this person has changed, how about we wait until after the Mercury retrograde is over to make a decision on whether or not you want to try this again. What typically happens in a Mercury retrograde is we get very sentimental, keep them in the graveyard. Okay, I agree. However, there may be a Cancer rising over here that sees it different. However, if they do come back around, we start to feel very sentimental. We start to feel very nostalgic, and we start to think about the good times. That's what we focus on. And we convince ourselves that things are going to change. And sometimes they do. I'm not saying that they don't. But a lot of times once we get out of the Mercury retrograde, we then find out, okay, you're still the same. We're still dealing with the same dynamics, the same problem. You haven't changed. So what I will caution you with is just take your time. If you want to go out, if you want to have conversation with this person, that's fine. But don't make any final decisions about rekindling the relationship officially until we get a little bit closer to the end of January, preferably the beginning of March. You may be seeing that person a little bit differently. That's what I'm going to say with that. Now, your Venus and your new moon is going to be impacting your area that governs sex and intimacy. So this is where this gets all muddled up because it's the 8th house, okay? And because Venus is there, Venus is going to put you in that mood of love. It's going to put you in that mood of wanting to connect with the person because this is the house of intimacy and sex and things of that nature. I personally love a good roll in the hay. Y'all know that. But be very careful about reconnecting, particularly on a sexual level with someone from the past. Be very, very careful with that. Always protect yourself, but because this is sex and intimacy, things can get really, really confusing when we throw sex in the mix of this. Okay, so have fun, but keep your feet planted on the ground with regards to the connection. Now, Venus and the new moon in this area is great for you receiving possibly some unexpected money from sources that you didn't know you would, because we're talking about other people's resources, other people's finances in this area. So one of the things that's great for this is if you need to go to any financial institution or banking institutions to secure a loan or funding for a business, a home loan, a car loan, student loan, anything like that, you're really in a good position for that. So I would definitely tell you to take advantage of that energy. You could be receiving an unexpected bonus. You could be receiving, if you've been waiting on an insurance payout or a settlement of some sort, you could be getting money from that. So there could be money coming to you from unexpected sources during the month of January, which is fine. Which is definitely fine. But the new moon here also is great and supports you on getting on a debt repayment. So if you wanted to get really serious about paying down your debt, the new moon is great and supports you on getting that your debt management under control. Particularly if you are sharing finances and debt with someone else, you both getting aligned on tackling your debt. Okay. But you may get insurance payout. You may get your refund from your taxes. You may think that you're getting a certain amount, and then you do your taxes, and your refund is bigger than you thought you were going to get. This could also be money from escrow. It could be coming from anywhere. Child support, back child support, whatever. You're in a good position for the month of January to be favorable for receiving money from others. Oh, and this is a good time to manifest a sugar daddy if you're a Cancer rising. So it's time you can do that. And your full moon is going to be in your first house. The first house is about our physical body, our identity, how we show up. This is our personal goals, not goals about anything else, not goals with our family or friends. Our singular personal goals are here. So with the full moon being there, we need to acknowledge maybe it's time for you to change up your style, change up your dress, change up your hair. Maybe you're changing up your personal goals. We love a sugar daddy. I'm always speaking that into existence. So with this, Cancer risings may be thinking about doing something different with their physical appearance. So that's changing up your style, maybe changing up your hair. Maybe you're deciding that it's time for me to get out of my unhealthy ways on how I treat my body, and I want to get on a fitness program, whatever that looks like for you. And then maybe I'm realigning with my personal goals. And you could be, since this is the full moon, you could see a personal goal that you had for yourself come to fruition in the next few weeks. So that's how that's going to play out for Cancer rising. So we have any questions for? So the next sign we're going to talk about is my favorite rising sign, and we all know that it's Leo rising, and you know why? Because I'm a Leo rising. So this is for my Leo rising sun or moon. January. This is how your January is going to look. So the sun is going to be highlighting your sixth house. Well, our sixth house. Health and fitness, mental and physical health, the foods that we eat, our work environment, our day-to-day work routine, our work environment, how we're of service to others. And this is the area that governs conflict and petty arguments and pets. So focusing on our health, which has been a thing for me. So if you're a Leo rising, this is definitely going to put attention on you, really getting serious about your health, getting serious about your health mentally and physically. So this could see some of us, of course, starting a new fitness program, starting a new weight loss program, weight gain program, weight maintain program, therapy, getting, because you can't really start getting healthy in your physical body until you do the mental part. So some of us returning to therapy, going to therapy for the first time, acknowledging that we got crazy asses need therapy. So a lot of attention around that and getting that kind of thing worked out. Now, the foods that we eat, this year we're going to have to really get serious about the foods that we're eating, paying attention to how our bodies feel when we eat certain foods. And it can't be a diet. It has to be a lifestyle change, Leo rising. So we're going to have to change up how we eat and the foods that we eat. Now, our work environment, I'm just going to be honest with you. This Mercury retrograde is hitting us in our work environment. So things have been a little bit chaotic around the office, to say the least. Once we get to the end of January, it probably won't seem so bad, but a lot of focus on our work environment and how we work. And it's, the people that we work with, around, and for. And I'm going to tell you, this last trip that I was on, these people on this plane was real sassy and real mouthy. So just understand that the work environment can be a little bit erratic and a little bit high energy around this time. So it'll get better towards the end of the month, but it is what it is. So you just have to contend with it. This is also the area of service to others. So this could spotlight someone close to you needing your time, your attention, your assistance, or just wanting to hear from you or needing your help. So, being of service to others, that's a thing for right now. So that could come into play for you. And the well-being of someone else in their care, okay? And this is also the area that governs petty arguments. So Leo rising, let's just, if you can, just walk away or just think before you speak, because it's just a time that words can just go haywire. And then here we are with the whole exchange of words. So just being mindful, especially in the workplace, But let's get ourselves together health-wise. Let's start making plans on how we're going to address our health concerns and get on a better path with regards to our health, mentally and physically. And I'm already sick. You see? I'm sick. All right. So your Venus and your new moon, Leo rising. And this is a good one. It's actually going to be in your relationship house. It's going to be in your house of one-on-one relationships, marriage, long-term committed relationships, business partnerships, the relationships we go into, that we choose to go into with another person. Venus and the new moon are going to be there. Okay, so let's talk about my Leo risings that are single. This is great for, now you're going to have to get out of the house to do this. Meeting someone. And meeting someone that could potentially be a long-term committed relationship. When we start to deal with the seventh house, because the fifth house is dating, the seventh house is when we solidify the relationship. So this could be someone that you manifest for yourself, because this is a new moon. Now, Leo risings have been dealing a lot with relationships over the last couple of years. We have really, really been working on how to do healthy relationships. And I will say this, in my practice, I've gotten the opportunity to meet with a lot of Leo risings, and we're in the energy of really wanting to settle down and commit. We're ready to do the things seriously. So if you have been a Leo rising that has been manifesting a long-term relationship for yourself and preparing yourself for a long-term relationship, you can start seeing that start off in January. Now, I will tell you when it's going to really pop off for you is actually in June. Hold on. I think it's going to be in June. No, I'm not. It's going to be in... Yeah, it's going to be in June. So just a little nugget. Leo rising from June 5th to October 8th. That's a window that y'all actually can solidify love. But it could start in January. You could meet someone during the month of January, and by the time we get to the summer, the relationship has gotten serious. So that's what we're talking about with regards to the relationship. Now, if you're a Leo rising that is already in a committed relationship, this is all about the renewal of your love, strengthening your relationship, falling in love with each other again. So this is a really good energy and supportive energy around those types of dynamics. And it's actually across the board for any of your relationships. Does not have to be just romantic. Just how you relate to people one-on-one. It's just really going to be in a good space for you, Leo rising, moving forward. Okay, so and your full moon is going to be in the area that governs. No, this isn't one of the second houses. Yes, you made it alive. This is one of the second house. I have two houses that I have a difficult time explaining, and this is the second one. This is the 12th house. Now, the 12th house is all about healing and closure. This is the endings. This is the afterlife and spirituality. This is also the house that governs specialized populations. So we're looking at hospitals, rehab centers, prisons. But this is the area that we go to heal. And this is the house of secrets. So these are the secrets that we keep to ourselves and secrets that are kept from us. So our full moon is going to be there in the 12th house. Number one, we could be receiving some information that we did not know was going on. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be good or bad because I don't know. But it's definitely something that we need to know. So it could be a Leo rising out there that's learning about information that they really need to know. Or it could be on the reverse. Something that you've been holding on to, you've been working on in secret, or whatever that is, could come out, whether that is voluntary or involuntary, whatever that could be. This is a really good space for doing your healing work. With this full moon, if you are Leo rising that is still holding on to any type of traumas or hurts, or you're ready to start the healing process and releasing certain things in your life, this full moon is excellent for doing that because it's going to be in the sign of Cancer. So this is all about the internal. This is all about like really deep down hurts, possibly even from childhood. Releasing any type of guilt, any type of shame, whatever that is, this is the full moon that you're going to release that under. Perfect for endings, okay? Next is going to be, did I have a Virgo rising on here? My cousin. Virgo rising, sun or moon. Your sun, the sun is going to be highlighting your 5th house. So the 5th house is the house of joy. This is one of my favorite houses of the zodiac because it's all about finding your joy, anything that makes you happy. This is also the area that governs dating, romance, love affairs, casual sex. Our children are here. Pregnancy is here. And our creative projects and things that we take a risk on. So a lot of attention going to that area. So this could bring dating opportunities for my single Virgo risings. This could bring a change in a dating relationship that you have going on. So it can look like the two of you decide that you want to go from casual dating to exclusive dating. Or maybe you're in a dating situation right now that you feel like it's not going anywhere and you decide that, no, I don't want to continue this on. Whatever that looks like for you, but your dating life could be highlighted. Now, you say, I'm a Virgo rising and I'm married. It still works for you because this could actually bring the romance, because this is the house of romance, back to your relationship. So it can make you feel like you're dating your partner again, or you have the opportunity to breathe fresh new life into your relationship. This is the house of casual sex. Once again, my Virgo risings, if you just want to hit it and quit it, this is the month for it. All I say is protect yourself, but that definitely could be a thing for you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You could be hearing about a pregnancy, maybe your own. Maybe someone close to you is having a baby and they announce it. Sharing special milestones with your children during this time. A lot of attention around that. And your creativity really being heightened during this month. Your creativity. And this is a house of games of chance and taking a risk. Buy a lottery ticket. You know what? I'm going to be posting the times in which I feel like you should purchase a lottery ticket for tomorrow and the following day. So maybe you purchase you a lottery ticket tomorrow or the day after. During those times, you never know, you might win you a little money or a lot of money. Your Venus and your new moon is going to be highlighting your 6th house, health and fitness, mental and physical health, the foods that we eat, your work environment, your service to others, pets. Now, this is great for you because Venus is going to be there. So those of you that are looking for a new job, new employment, want a fresh new perspective on your work environment or work life, Venus is going to be there to help you with that. So even if you're not looking for a new job, your current job just gets to be more harmonious. Maybe you're getting along better with your coworkers. You're enjoying the work that you do. Maybe you get a promotion or something to that effect. But your work environment just gets a little bit better. And again, you could be looking for a new job, or you could be hearing back about a job opportunity. This is also great for your physical health, your mental health. We're another one. It's time to, take better care of yourself. Maybe you're deciding to get a new doctor, new team of doctors, going into therapy. This is all good for you, finding people that align with you with regards to helping you with your physical body and your health. You're another one could be finding romance in the workplace too. That's up to you. But if you're trying to manifest a new job, a new opportunity, a promotion, you could possibly be asking for a raise too, because Venus is there and Venus rules money. This new moon will help you be very supportive around a new, fresh new beginning with regards to work. Now, service to others. This could put you in a very benevolent type of mood. So you could be volunteering your time, your resources, your money. Maybe you're donating clothing to an organization. And because Venus rules money, if you are donating anything to an organization, make sure you get a receipt, because you can write it off on your taxes. You see how that works? But yeah, this is a time for you to start purging things. This would be great for you to purge stuff out of your home and donate it. That'd be great for that. Now, your full moon is going to impact the area that governs your friend groups, your social groups, your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes. You can see an ending to a friendship. I'm gonna just be honest. The dynamics in your friends, or the people that you call friends, there could be an ending to a friendship. Now, it could be an actual ending of a friendship, or it could be the changing of a friendship. Maybe you guys have been friends for umpteenth years, but you've recently started to grow apart. Well, you're not going to end the friendship. You're just going to adjust how the friendship works. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So maybe it's a change in that, or your friend groups and dynamics. Any organizations that you're a part of, maybe you are no longer interested in being a part of them. So you decide that, you're not going to be a part of the group, or you're going to lessen your role in the organization or the group that you're with. And you're another one that, because this is an ending, you could actually see some movement or a resolution around a long-term goal, dream, or wish that you've had for some time for yourself. Okay? Who's next? Libra rising, sun or moon. Do I have any Libra risings on here? I feel like I never have a lot of Libra risings. Who's a Libra rising on here? Raise your hand. So Libra rising, sun or moon. The sun is going to be impacting your 4th house. Family. Real estate, our physical space. Oh, Jasmine's okay, well, this is you. So the sun is going to have your attention towards your 4th house, family, real estate, your physical space, your mother figures, or feminine energy in your life, or your emotional stability. So this could look like discussions, plans, energy, focus around home-related matters. So some of my Libra risings could be planning on purchasing a new home, especially during a Mercury retrograde. This could be the idea, maybe if you were trying to purchase before and it didn't go through. So now you're back on the, well, let's try it again. We're going to do it a little bit differently. But thinking about purchasing a home, maybe moving, maybe doing a renovation project in the home. Maybe there's people moving in and out of your residence. Could be. Now, if we're talking about family, this could be energy around family dynamics, especially if there's things within the family that have not been resolved. And when I say family, this could be the family that you were born into or the family you've created for yourself. So focus around family dynamics. And again, we're in the retrograde. So this could be stuff that came back up again that you thought was resolved. And here we are again dealing with it. So let's finally put it to bed. But this could definitely be real estate investments and things of that nature. Our emotional stability is here. So maybe the anxiety is up. Maybe a little bit of depression. Maybe you're not feeling your best. And you just need a little bit of, okay. Maybe a little bit of care around family, all right? So, but a lot of family attention going towards you, your family dynamics. Now, your Venus and your new moon is in a really good position because it's in your 5th house of joy. So, your children, pregnancy, dating, romance, love affairs, hobbies. So, Venus there. Let's make some money with this hobby. So if you have a talent, a hobby, or something that you love to do, I do not believe in people having hobbies and not getting paid for them. I just don't understand that. If you have something that you're passionate about and you're good at, let's make some money on that thing. Let's start thinking about how we can take this creative endeavor that we have and turn it into a business. Turn it into something that generates money. So your creativity being piqued. This is also energy around just loving on your children, our children hitting milestones. There may be conversations about having another baby. You may be finding out you're pregnant. That could be a thing. But there's nothing wrong with that. This could also bring the romance back to your relationship because, again, this is the house of romance and love affairs. And even if you're married, this is about dating your partner, loving on your partner, and just really, really enjoying your partner. This is also the area that governs like, stop! Don't nobody want more babies? This is the area that governs like social activities. So let's get out and go to a festival. Let's get out and go to a carnival. Let's get out and go to a concert. All those kinds of things. Let's get up and have a date night. This is about dating. So, and this is about joy. Just doing things that bring you joy. Okay? Now, your full moon, is going to be in the 10th house of career. Remember, full moon is about endings, adjustments, and acknowledgments. So I'm going to be quite frank with you. My Libra rising, some of you are at a crossroads with the career. You may be considering leaving your job. You may be considering leaving your career path. You may be doing all of that. That may be a thing. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Some of you may be, you ain't leaving the job is leaving you. It may be coming to an ending with regards to work. However, Coach y'all is there, so you're telling my business out loud. I'm sorry. I don't mean to expose people. But this could definitely be energy around the thought process of, where is my career going? Is this the direction that I want to go in? Do I still love this job? What do I want to do? So we need to make some decisions around the career. Now, again, I don't believe that just because it's an ending, that is just the opening for a new beginning. So energetically, you're moving into a different space. Okay, so let's deal with that. Also, this is the area that governs our father. So if we still have dynamics around our father or issues around the interaction with our father, and it doesn't really matter whether your father is still with you or if your father is transitioned over. If you are still dealing with that, this full moon is about coming to, terms with what's going on with that relationship. Now, it may not be your father. This may be just the masculine energy in your life, or men that you consider an authority figure to you, dealing with that kind of dynamic. But I think it ties more or less into your career and your career aspirations and where you're going with your career goals. Okay? That's my Libra rising. Next is going to be Scorpio rising, sun or moon. The sun is going to be highlighting your third house. Communication, transportation, siblings, cousins, neighbors, our neighborhood, marketing and media projects, and educational pursuits. So a lot of attention around those areas. Now, let's talk about the neighborhood. Again, this could prompt a quick move or the desire for a move or some type of change within regards to your neighborhood and how it looks. That can be something that comes up. This could be a vehicle situation. So maybe we're thinking about purchasing a new vehicle, coming to the realization that we need a bigger vehicle. What we have is not accommodating us anymore. Somewhere around, something around transportation. Short distance travel. So some of you may be deciding that you want to take a trip. Now, when we do short distance travel, I consider short distance travel anything that does not require a passport. So that can be you taking a trip, within your region, or you getting in your car and driving to the city over another town. But a short distance trip could come up because we're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. If you decide to travel, it would probably be best to travel to somewhere you've already been. That could be a thing. Siblings, cousins, and neighbors. Just energy and attention and time spent, conversation with your siblings, your cousins, your neighbors. Educational pursuits. You're another one that may decide to go back to school, but your educational pursuits probably won't be higher education. Yours may look more like vocational education. So maybe you're deciding to study something that takes about 6 months, maybe no more than a year to finish. Maybe you're deciding that, I want to change, since you got some career stuff going on. I want to change careers, but I need to get educated in a certain area to make me more marketable, or I need another certification in something so I can get a higher salary around that. So educational pursuits could come up, and you're another one that could, if you're in business, do some rebranding with your personal brand. Okay. Your Venus is going to be, and your new moon is going to be highlighting your fourth house. Anytime I see Venus in the fourth house, I always think about redecorating. So Venus could be hitting you in the fourth house, you redecorating, you moving, buying a second property, things just getting very harmonious in your family life. Just really, really good stuff. Now, this is good for making money at home. So if you're a Scorpio rising that ever considered having a home-based business, or maybe you're finding a job that works for home, that could be a thing. So maybe some of my Scorpio risings are deciding it's time for them to work from home. There's still a lot of work from home jobs. Maybe that's the direction that you're deciding to go in. And that's good for that. Or you're deciding to make yourself a home-based business. Could be. But it could be just redecorating, getting prepared. Maybe you're moving. Because again, your neighborhood is changing. It could be changing. And you're moving out of one neighborhood to another neighborhood that's a little bit close to where you already live. Maybe that's a consideration. But this could just be time spent enjoying your family. A lot of time spent enjoying your family. Because the new moon is there, I would definitely say start manifesting a new home for yourself. Now, your full moon is going to be impacting your ninth house. So endings, adjustments, acknowledgments around long distance travel, foreigners. Foreigners. I don't know why that sticks out to me. Foreigners. Okay, foreigners, long distance travel, educational pursuits, your belief system and religion. So the full moon, this could be in a legal situation. Full moon, adjustments, acknowledgments. Maybe this has something to do with the planning of a long distance trip. Some of you could be planning for a big international trip down the line. This will be a great time for you to go ahead and start the passport process. So if you need to get passports, visas, whatever it is. Somebody is trying to get dual citizenship. I don't know who, if you're on here, but somebody is starting the process or thinking about getting a dual citizenship to another country. That sounds great. So you may want to do that. There could be someone that is doing business with a foreigner, or there's just a lot. Somebody's got a connection with someone in a foreign land. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know if that person's coming here, you're going there. I don't know what that is, but your connections with foreigners are going to be very prominent in the month of January and moving forward. Let's look at educational pursuits. Let's look at planning for a long distance trip. And that legal situation actually maybe have something to do with the pursuit of a dual citizenship. I don't know. Somebody's trying to get dual citizenship somewhere. I don't know. But that's what I see for you. Okay, so do we have any talk about Sagittarius rising, sun or moon? I think I have someone on here that's a Sagittarius rising. Oh yeah, I'll recap it at the end. Let me get these last four out the way. Okay, so if you're a Sagittarius rising, sun or moon, I think I have somebody on here who's a Sagittarius rising, and also my niece. The sun is going to be highlighting your earned income. So this is all about energy, focus, your vitality going towards how you earn your money. So plain and simple, this is a clear-cut one. How you earn your money, your material possessions, your value system, and your work ethic. So Sagittarius rising, this could definitely put you in a space of reconsidering how you earn your money. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you want to leave your job, but it could be. It could be. But it more or less could look like, how can I make what I do different? If it feels like things have become stagnant in how you're earning your money, you may start to think about, what can I do differently? How can I make this feel new? How can I make this feel of value? How can I make this feel that I'm giving some kind of purpose to what I'm doing? Now, you can try to revamp what you're currently doing, and that could be a success, or you may be considering a new stream of income. You definitely have support around at least starting the research on something that you may have wanted to do before, but it has to align with your values. It has to align with what I'm doing, has to have a purpose. I think that's what's going on with Sagittarius rising is, I want the work that I do to have a meaning, to have a purpose, or to have a joy to it. I just don't want to be doing anything. So having to try to recreate how you do that. Now, another thing is material possessions. You may go through this phase during the month of January of feeling like releasing yourself from material possessions, things that don't have value anymore. And you may just be donating. So you're probably going through this thing where, you know what, I used to like this thing. It really doesn't have a purpose. However, someone else may enjoy it. So you may feel like releasing things and giving things away. One of the biggest things that you're going to have to pay attention to during this transit is your relationship with money. If you have an unhealthy relationship with money, this definitely could come up in the month of January. And when I say an unhealthy relationship with money, do you tie your self-worth, do you tie your value to how much money you have? Do you allow money to control your emotions? Now, don't get me wrong. Ain't nobody happy when they broke. Ain't nobody happy when they broke. However, there is a fine line between, I'm not happy with my financial situation, or I let money control my emotions. So if you're one of those Sagittarius risings that has been struggling with that, this is a time that this probably is going to come up in the month of January, focusing on how you do money and making sure you put money in its proper place. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, I hope so. Now, Your Venus and your new moon is going to be highlighting your third house. Siblings, cousins, your neighbors, your neighborhood, your transportation. Okay, I'm glad it makes sense. Your transportation, your educational pursuits, short distance travel. So Venus there, love, money, harmony. So if you, number one, if you're a Sagittarius rising has been sitting on a book, a screenplay, a message that you've been wanting to get out, this is the time for you to start to release that thing. Whatever this creative project, whatever this message that you've been holding on to, it is time for you to release that. Somebody is trying to do a podcast. I don't know who it is. Either it's a podcast, a YouTube channel, upping their social media presence. I don't know what this thing is, but January is the month that you really need to stop sitting on that thing. Stop sitting on that thing and release it. And guess what? You can make some money from it. Okay? Now, with Venus being there, this could support you in your relationships with your siblings, your cousin, your extended family, to actually be, get to a really good place. We have Venus there. It's all about love and bringing it together. And also with the new moon there, you could actually be trying to manifest some new energy around those relationships, okay? The third house is highlighted. Maybe there's consideration for a move or some kind of change in your neighborhood. I'm not really sure. It could trigger a move, or it just could trigger the thought about moving neighborhoods of some sort. There could be a consideration about getting a new vehicle. Now, if you can't afford a new vehicle, don't go out and get a new vehicle, because Venus will make you want to go and get a new car. But if this is something that you've been planning for or you need, go ahead and get a new car. But if you don't need it, don't do it. But it may kind of put you in a space of, I want a new car or something like that. And short distance travel. This is great for little short trips. Nothing international, just something around your general country or state or whatever you're in, or maybe a road trip. Maybe you decide to drive somewhere. Could be something that you do. Okay. Now, your full moon is going to be highlighting your 8th house. So again, full moons, endings, adjustments, and acknowledgments, or information being revealed to us. It's in the 8th house of other people's resources, other people's finances, and sex and intimacy. Okay, so this is going to spotlight possible inheritances. This is going to spotlight debt you may owe. Sagittarius rising, if you know you need to get on a debt consolidation or you need to get your debt under control, this is the full moon where you need to start really getting serious about paying down your debt. And again, particularly if it's debt that's tied to someone else, okay? This is also about inheritances, things of that nature. We may see you, as a Sagittarius rising, you may see yourself in the position to be the, what's the word? Conservator over someone else's finances. They may ask you to, I guess, be like power of attorney or something to that effect. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, but that's something that could come up. Someone could be giving you something. Now, when I say inheritance, people always think about somebody dying. That is not necessarily true. Yes, it could be, but this could be someone deciding that I want you to have this thing now, whatever this is, this resource, this money, whatever it is. I want you to have it now so I can see you enjoy it. Or you may become responsible or having to take control of someone's finances. If someone comes to you asking you to co-sign for a loan, you better say no, because that may come up too. Do not sign off on anything. Now, let's talk about sex and intimacy. Releasing any type of guilt and shame that you have been holding on to with regards to sex or intimate connections with another person. If you need to do a soul tie ritual, if you have been tied to someone and it's been unhealthy, and you need to clear that energy, clear that karma, cut that tie. This full moon is the time that you need to do it. It's in Cancer. And so Cancer is a very karmic sign, and a lot of times we hold on to a lot of unhealthy dynamics and unhealthy relationships. So if you still are holding on and harboring something like that, this full moon is about you releasing that. Okay? So I support you in that. Capricorn rising, sun or moon. The sun is you. The sun is all about you, your physical body, your energy, how you're showing up, how people are experiencing you. So this is all about paying attention to how you look, how you present. This is about you focusing on your personal goals, your individual goals for yourself that have nothing to do with anybody else. This is all about you. So setting new goals for yourself, how you're showing up, your personality. Now, with it being sun being in the first house, this does make you very magnetic. You could actually draw someone to you. So if you are a single Capricorn rising, you could have the potential to meet different people. And it could be in a romantic situation, it could be business, it could be new friends, but you just being very magnetic, very out there, and people are drawn to your energy during the month of January. It just is what it is. Your Venus and your new moon is in your second house of your money. So there's no better place for it to be. So this is all about money making opportunities coming to you. This is all about ideas coming to you about how to make money. This could be you deciding to get a new stream of income or an additional stream of income. This could be an unexpected raise or promotion of some sort, but this is about you making more money. I love when Venus is in the second house because it's so easy to make money, especially if you're a business owner. This is about people being drawn to your product or your service. And because it's in a Mercury retrograde, if you are a business owner, I would suggest to you that you reach out to former clients, that you do an email blast or some sort to your clients that you haven't heard from in a while. This would be a great time for you to do that, to generate new money around you and residual money that can come back to you. Now, your full moon is going to be in your seventh house of one-on-one relationships. We're just plain and simple going over relationship dynamics. So, and again, that could be romantic, that could be marriage, that could be business, that could be family, it could be friends. There could be an ending to a relationship. It's just simple as that. There could be an ending to a relationship, which we all know is a new beginning somewhere else. Or you could be dealing with relationship dynamics that you thought you had resolved, but they come back up again. And now you need to make a resolution around how you do your one-on-one relationships and whom you're in relationship with could come up. So be prepared for some of your one-on-one relationships to potentially either break apart or change in the way that they function. Okay? Aquarius rising, sun or moon. The sun is going to be highlighting your 12th house. Endings, closures, acknowledgement. This is the self-care house. This is where we hold our secrets, our hurts, our pain, specialized populations, hospitals, rehab centers, prisons. For me, with the sun being there, this is like an introspective type time for you. So if you feel like you need to take some time for yourself, you feel like you need to go into somewhat of seclusion to take care of what's going on with you, this is going to be the time that you need to really start to take care of yourself, okay? And pay attention to what you need on a deep psychological and spiritual level. This could put you in the space of hopefully not having a hospital stay. Maybe someone close to you is potentially could be having a hospital stay, going into rehab, or God forbid facing a jail type of situation. I don't know, it could be you or somebody else. I don't know your life, and I'm not here to judge, but that could come up. But this is all about you healing yourself, slowing down, taking care of yourself. Let me tell you something. Aquarians have had a rough last couple of years. Rough. They have been through a lot. They've had a lot of highs, and they've had some extreme lows. And a lot of they've been going through a lot of tests and challenges, and they're probably tired as hell. So this is, and fortunately, they're coming out of this in March. However, January may be the time that you feel like, I just need a fucking break because I just been going through it, and this is the time for you to take that break. Now, Venus and your new moon is going to be in your first house. So while you're trying to take a break and get away from everything, this Venus is just going to make you very popular and make you very wanted. People are just going to gravitate to you. This is a great time for you finding love. Great time for you to find love. But this is all about you taking care of yourself, spoiling yourself, doing what makes you feel good. Now, Venus will draw money to you unexpectedly. Venus will draw love to you unexpected, and it could be love from anyone. Maybe you just want to be loved on. That's all this is. Aquarius, January is just for you just to love on yourself and take care of yourself. That's the basis of what I can tell you. Now, this may put you in the space of wanting to buy new clothing, which is fine. And it may put cosmetic surgery on some of your Aquarians' mind. Just do a lot of research. Don't sign off on doing anything right now. And maybe as we get closer to the summer, if you decide that you want to do a little nip tuck, that'll be a better time. Your full moon is going to be in your 6th house. Endings, adjustments, acknowledgments. Again, this is a self-care type of month for you. So changing up your diet, changing up how you take care of yourself health-wise, going to therapy. Some of you may deciding that the job that you're at is stressing you the hell out, and I can't do this anymore, and it's time for me to change my job. It's time for me to change departments. Whatever it is you need to do to make yourself very whole, to make yourself very calm, whatever it is you need to do in this area, it needs to be done. And service to others could come up. This definitely could be some. I think for Aquarians, the more the service to others is more about, are you getting back as much as you're giving to other people? That's the lesson that you're probably going to need to learn. Is the dynamic reciprocal? I'm helping you out, but when in my time of need, I can't get any help back from you. So figuring out, are those relationships and those dynamics reciprocal? And you may decide to get a pet, because pets are here. So you may decide to get a new pet or an additional pet, something to that effect. And pets are very therapeutic, so that could be good for you. And finally, last but not least, Pisces rising, sun or moon. The sun is going to be highlighting your social house. So this is your friends, your friend groups, your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes, technology. So we are looking at Pisces rising, dynamics around your friend groups. Spending a lot of time with your friends. That could be the thing for you. Spending time with your friends, being social, the groups and organizations that you're a part of. This is a very social time. So Pisces, I have a Pisces rising in my life. So friends, groups, organizations that you want to be a part of. You may decide that you want to be a part of certain groups and organizations, or maybe you're taking on a more responsible role within an organization or a group, or your friend group. This could also be energy around you reevaluating your long-term goals for yourself. You may see something of a long-term goal actually come to fruition and manifest itself during this month of January, which is great for you. Let's see, your Venus and new moon is going to be highlighting your 12th house. So you're going to be doing a lot of behind the scenes projects, money making projects behind the scenes. You're another one doing a lot of self-care and a lot of self-love and a lot of work on yourself on a deep psychological level. And this is also the place of foreign lands. So you could be going on a quick little trip out of the country. But this is a self-care month also for my Pisces. My Pisces rising, and a full moon in your 5th house. Okay, the full moon, endings, acknowledgments, and adjustments. You're another one that could be having surprise baby news. So I don't know if you deciding that you're ready to start a family, or you're pregnant, or someone close to you pregnant or a baby news. This is time spent around your children. One or more of your children having some type of monumental experience of some sort, and you're being a part of that. Relationship dynamics could come up because this is a dating house, so you may be ending a dating situation, and that could be a breakup, or that could be a transition from we're ending being casual dating and now we're going on to exclusive dating, something to that effect. Okay, so for joining me. I kept you on here a little bit longer than I wanted to, but thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. The live is going to stay up, so if you want to go back and recap, the edited version will be on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and support me over there. I appreciate you always supporting and showing up for me. You guys have a good evening, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.